Update for yesterday, March the 10th, Mario Day. Um, this was my first day back in the classroom following everything that happened with my dad last week. And I was in a 5th grade, and this was at the elementary school that serves my neighborhood. Now, um, a brief moment about teaching in middle schools and elementary schools. So, I've repeatedly said in these videos that most of the teaching that I do is middle school level. And yet, every time it seems like since I've been making these videos, I've talked about teaching day, it's always been elementary. And there is a point I'm getting to with this, and just thought I would explain a little bit about what's going on with that. So, long story short, my elementary or substituting career began. All my teacher training stuff was elementary. I did an observation in middle school for a while and thought, well, this is unique. And then I gravitated, as I tend to be kind of a, hey everybody, type that towards, more like a first grade focus. First and second grade is where I actually did my internship and initial experience to get a teaching license. And so I did that, and but through the encouragement from a couple of the fourth and fifth grade teachers there, kind of experimented and expanded my range up towards all the elementary grades. And as a matter of fact, the teacher whose room I was in for this day was actually foundational in that. The actually first person to ask me, how would you feel about trying 5th? And it's kind of nerve-wracking the first time, but based on, everything you hear about intermediate and middle level students. But anyway, ended up found out I'm actually writing a lot of really good reports in the upper grade rooms, so, maybe whatever I'm doing there is working. Anyway, after the pandemic, our neighborhood, our area has seen a enrollment drop, district-wide. And as a result, teaching positions, fewer openings, fewer full-time teachers to be absent, and more subs because those former full-time teachers are now in the sub pool, which essentially means that there just weren't many elementary openings anymore. So I started kind of gravitating up towards middle, and it actually worked quite well for me, and so I've been doing that primarily. But this year, the whole thing with my parents began on the 23rd of September, right about the time that I actually start actively picking up teaching jobs during the year. So I haven't been doing much to begin with. But it just so happened that a couple of the substitutes that have been doing most of the jobs at this particular elementary, because, they know all the kids and the kids love them and whatnot, they ended up going to, getting involved with, other assignments, like long-term assignments at other buildings or something, and all of a sudden, the 4th and 5th grade classes started, and a couple of 3rd grades, hey, are you available to swing by and help with us? And, sure, why not? And so I haven't honestly been able to do all that much teaching this year, again, because of the whole situation that I had going on with family. But for that reason, that's how I ended up spending more time in elementary this year than in middle. But how that's going to be going on in the future, who knows? But that's kind of how it's been going. As I've been doing basically by request. But I'll be ramping up teaching more here as we move on in the next couple of weeks, as my commitments down in Central Oregon are unfortunately lightning. That being said, this being my first teaching day back after the experience with my father, what a day. What a day. And I mean that in absolutely the best possible way. I mean, the amount of love and support that I felt in that 1 7-hour block, just off the charts. I'm fairly confident the the teacher prepped the class that, you know, Mr. Paul wasn't going to be taking BS today. I mean, they're a great group anyway, but man, it's like smoother than silk this entire day. Like, I'm just like pinching myself at various points during the day. Like, so anybody gonna throw anything? Anybody gonna say? Anybody gonna say? If I say 6, anybody gonna? No? You're not gonna run? Just wow. Okay. And so, honestly, I don't know if they were prepped or not, but man, they delivered. Honestly, one of the smoothest days I've ever had in a classroom. And so, absolutely beautiful. And, Carol, you should be beyond proud of them. Wow. And, again, this is also a building where I know pretty much the entire staff. I have at some point subbed in every single room in this building except music. And I'd probably attempt that at some point too. But, anyway, and ended up leaving with a stack of cards. And I decided before I filmed this video, to kind of get in the good mindset, that I would open up all the cards and everything basically right before filming this video, about the day. So I opened these up about 20 minutes ago. They did some kind of contribution thing, and like a gift for this hard time, and it is alters my budget for the month level. Wow, I haven't really processed that fully yet. And again, I saw this like 20 minutes ago, and oh my, thank you. There's all this unexpected stuff and whatnot that has come up. Thanks. Thank you, honestly. So, yeah. And one other thing, and I find this absolutely amazing as well. It turns out that one of the kids in this class, and I didn't know this until now, is actually the child of one of my former coworkers from way back in the day, who knows me on social media and whatnot, and has been following along with this whole situation. And so the kid walks in the day before school with a card they had made. What an amazing day. Anyway, thanks for joining me all the way to the end. I'm so glad I got back into teaching, and we'll see you tomorrow.